Hello, hello. How is everybody doing this Saturday morning, afternoon? I don't know what time it is. Anyway, on Instagram, you all love the Italian stuff, and let me just get it out. I loved it too. My boy loved it too. He ate it even the next day. So, to make it keep on going, we're gonna make it again. And because a lot of you wanted to know how to make it, I'm gonna show you how simple it is to make this sub. All the ingredients are not on here just because they don't fit, but I'm just gonna make it, and then once I post the video, I'm gonna put all the ingredients. Um, you can see what they are, and let's make this. Hi, Natasha. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this thing. I don't know what you can see here. So let's see. Does this need to go a little higher? By the way, I cannot see the comments now because y'all were talking about how the videos have been bad quality, and I'm like, I'm going live on my phone. I don't know where my camera is. I really don't know where it is. Okay, I got my Can you see? You're gonna be able to see. Okay. I'm gonna put my laptop so I can see some of your comments. But okay. All right. Can you see me? Tell me that you can see me. Okay, so here, in order to make that Milanesa, I am using tofu, as you can see here. Now this tofu is marinated with some chicken bouillon to give it that chickeny flavor. It also has a little bit of Italian herbs, but it's really moist. I over added water, so I'm just gonna squeeze some of this like this. I still want it to be kind of juicy and flavorful, so I'm just kind of squeezing it here, and it's going down. It's going down. I'm going down, 'cause you ain't around, baby. My whole world's upside down. Who's been watching Sister Sister? That used to be my favorite episode. Okay, so you see the liquid here. I'm just gonna dump it out. And oh, we have like a little runaway here. Okay, I'm just dumping it out. And now we have our tofu ready. Now, to that, I'm going to coat it in cornstarch. You can use potato starch, arrowroot starch. I don't like using, I mean, you could use flour, but I think the starch gives it a crispier edge. So I like to use cornstarch. And I'm gonna use this egg replacer. It's like an old school egg replacer. It's not like the ones that you see nowadays. I'm sure they still have it, but you don't have to use this. I'm just using like a slurry. You can even use water and cornstarch to just dip the tofu. And then I'm using Panko. I know Milanese use the Italian breadcrumbs, but I like this one because it's crispier. So I'm going to grab my tofu, and I'm gonna coat it all around. I feel like this one's still a little, because it's kind of chunky. It's still a little wet. I'm gonna put them in here first. I'm gonna coat them in cornstarch first, and then I'm gonna give them the sponge bath. I feel like they're still a little wet. Yeah, they are. Ooh, child, yes. They still have a lot of the... I'm gonna squeeze them a little more. Give me a little sec here. Live TV, people, live TV. Just gonna do a couple. We're not gonna do all of them. I did some long ones because I was trying to do something else. It didn't quite work out. Natasha, was that your favorite episode? or have you been watching? Sister, sister. Oh, maybe I didn't use enough cornstarch. Okay. You know what? My sous chef left me. The sous chef! I need you to start the stove. Okay. So I'm just coating them in this here. Oh my gosh, you used to be, that's my childhood right there. Sister, sister? Oh yeah. No, it's not on. Turn it off. The gas is just leaking. Turn it on again. Okay, there you go. Go home, Roger. Oh my gosh, y'all my people. Yes. That's my favorite show. Like, I used to get home from school and watch it. And now I'm binge watching, okay? I'm not too much of a TV person, but girl, I've been binge watching. In fact, I'm probably going to watch it today. I obviously did not use enough cornstarch, but I have enough to use for this. I hope that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I have enough done. Well, I'll do one more. Can you get the cornstarch for me? Thank you. Okay, that will have to do. So you just coat them all really well with the cornstarch. Obviously, I ran out of this one, but because I don't want to make this video long, I'm not going to wait for him. Moving on. We rinse my hands really quick. It's okay, you can put it on that side. Go around. Okay. Now we have our tofu coated with cornstarch, and it looks like this because he was a little too wet, but it'll still do the thing. Now we are going to go like this. You know what? I'm gonna end it over here. I'm still not used to this kitchen. I'm like trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out my setup. You know, you always have your setup. Okay, I'm gonna go cornstarch. Their cornstarch. I'm gonna go into the egg, which the egg has some onion powder, some Italian seasoning, some salt. What else? I don't know what else. And then it goes into the panko breadcrumbs. If you don't want to use panko breadcrumbs, you can use the traditional. You know what? I need a plate, bud. You can use the traditional, you know, Italian breadcrumbs. I like this one because I want it really crispy. Because once we prep the sandwich, we're going to add liquids to the sandwich. So I don't want them to get soggy. Oh no, that's not my thing. It needs to be nice and crispy to the last bite. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was very weak. I wanted a yeah. Hype me up, man. Okay, so this is what we end up with. This nice crispy, well, it's not crispy yet, but it's gonna be really crispy. And then we just do that. You know what? Can you add oil? Because that's smoking. I forgot about it. And turn down the fire just so, and just add the oil like you did last time so it doesn't burn. Go, keep going, keep going. Don't be afraid. Keep going, keep going. That's good. Okay. Sorry, I have my sous chef in learning here. He's in training. So I'm just gonna do a couple of these so I can show you what goes in the sandwich, because we have one loaf that we actually poked at yesterday. Was it yesterday, Beth, or the day before? Oh, this one ripped.
Yesterday.
By the way, this tofu, to get this texture, I'm using a frozen. The first tofu I ever had was frozen and then thawed because it has a chewy flavor. And it wasn't vegan at the time. A neighbor just invited me for burgers, and I was like, a tofu burger, yuck. But I actually liked it. So this is how I'm going to use it. You probably could, I mean, not probably, you definitely can use fresh tofu, but I really like the texture at the end with, being a little rough because they're ripping. You can definitely use the other one. You can put the fire back up again because I'm about to go in. See, mine are ripping because I'm being a little rough when I was pressing the liquid out of the tofu. So when I got this out of the freezer, I thawed it out. I squeezed all the liquid out. And because it's kind of spongy when you get it out of when it thaws out. But it's actually really good. Give it a try. So it can rip. Last time it didn't rip, but you know how it is. Sometimes it be like that. But it's still good. It's still gonna, you know, it kind of looks cool for little like pieces of chicken. Oh, this one ripped too. Well, well, well. Oh yeah, they're all ripping. This one's ripped too, so I'm just gonna tear it now. And just coat them. I like to press them down. Just don't be as rough as I am. I'm just trying to hurry up so I can not make this video super long. But just want to press and push the panko breadcrumbs all over. And panko breadcrumbs are a Japanese style breadcrumb, and it makes it nice and crispy. And it's my favorite. I don't really... Oh man, people might not like this, but I don't really care for breaded things, or I used to not really care for them, and now I'll have them, but it's the panko breadcrumbs. Okay, I think our fire, my sous chef left again, and I need him here. Maddie! Turn the fire down, because I'm taking a little longer. Just turn it. You know what? Hold on a second. This might be too hot. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna do on here. Now, with the breadcrumbs, you kind of have to pour a little bit as you go because I won't give you measurements for that. I'm just showing you what I'm using. And in the description box, I'll put everything that I use, but I think it's up to you how much you use. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we gotta move. This is what we have. So we have all that tofu left, the egg, the breadcrumbs, and our Milanesas. Now I'm gonna put them right here. And I'm gonna put it, oh, you can't see. Let me see if I can put this on the stove. I'm using like a little tripod because I bought a new one and it was being difficult. How about that? Can you see that right there? Okay. Let me test it with one. It's too hot. It is way too hot. Usually what you do is you throw a little bit of the breading, and if it just like goes crazy, it's too hot. But okay. I think I'm gonna go in. So I have our Milanesas here. I'm gonna take off the excess. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because I don't want all of this shedding to go in there, because the next batch goes in, they'll get too burned and I have to fish them out. Y'all know how it is. The oil might be a little, no, I think it's okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I can smell all the seasoning. I'm gonna try to fit one more in. Okay. I'm gonna do these after. Can you move this over there for now? This here, just so when I come back I can prep the Sammy. Okay, while that's going, and it won't take long because remember the tofu is fine. It doesn't need to like cook or whatever. It just, we want to crisp up our milanesas. Y'all see? They're starting to crisp up. The whole shebang. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to turn on my cast iron here. And I'm going to get it really nice and hot. Reason being, here, let me put this here. Can you see a little bit of both? No, you can't. Well, we do what we can, fam. We do what we can. Okay. Just checking it. I forgot that I turned the fire down and it was like killing the sizzle here. Okay, I made a garlic oil, and it's right here. It's olive oil with a lot of garlic and a little bit of salt. You don't have to add the salt. I'm just doing it, right? And we're going to cut our loaf. Let me look at, go home. Oh, they disappeared. Oh, the sound of frying, girl, me too. Or boy, me too. Okay, so here is our bread. I think it's a French bread. It's freshly baked. I mean, it's a day old, but still. I'm going to cut it. We were munching on this side, so don't look at that part. Pretend it's a brand new loaf, honey. I'm going to cut it. Can you see? Well, you know how to cut bread. Don't play. But I'm not going to cut it all the way through because I want it to not fall. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't break apart. Oh, it kind of might. Hey, it be like that sometimes. Let me see. Okay, that is going. I'm going to brush. I'm basically going to make a garlic bread. Get it really nice and toasty. The reason why, you don't have to do this, but the reason why I do this is going to add a layer of flavor. Going to get it nice and toasty. And it's going to create a harder, like a crispier shell. So when I add the olive oil and sherry wine vinegar, it doesn't go in and the bread, it gets all soggy and nasty and nobody wants that. So I'm with a brush. I'm going to pick up all of this and I'm going to brush it on here. You know, just like you would when you're making garlic bread. Getting it all nice and in there because it's full of flavor. I gotta check my, hold on a second. Let's go over here. My hands are oily, child. Oh yeah, this is ready to flip. Y'all see this? I'm holding this thing in my hand, so if you don't see, it's because I'm trying not to burn myself. So bear with me here. Oh my gosh, I'm using not the right thing. Hold on, child. Woo, they're nice and crispy. Okay. These are going, look how yummy they look. Oh yes. Okay. Back to our bread. Getting all that garlic. You gotta scoop it off because, or scoop it up because it gets stuck on the bottom. So you gotta, I used about 4 garlic cloves and a splash of, a good splash of oil. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is starting to smoke, and that's how I want it. And in it goes. And I'm pressing it down for the first, you know, good crusting here. Let me clean this. I made a mess here. I don't want this to burn. I don't want this to burn. I just want it to get nice and crispy. So you're going to want to check on this. The same with this. The same with this. I don't want this to burn. I just want it really nice and crispy because I start adding all the, see, like, it's ready. I'm taking it out. It's nice and crispy. The oil was a little hot too, but it's okay. It's still good. It's not burnt, as you can see. It's not burnt. Can you see? Okay. Ooh, yes. This is going to be bomb. I mean, I've had it. It is bomb. And I want to give you a little trick because obviously I'm going to make more. I'm just not going to do them live. But I'm going to make more of the Milanesas. This tofu. But the more you make it, the more of the panko that shreds. Hold on, let me check this bread real quick. No, the bread's good. It's going. It's going. I'm pressing it down just a little bit so we can get the middle. Okay. But the more you do it, the more that you're gonna get those pieces. And you do want to do a fry to where it's like about an inch or so. You don't want to do less. The less oil you use, the more it's gonna absorb. But if there was more, if I could use my hands, I would tilt the pan and I would scoop this. I would go like this with my pan. You see how they're moving? But the oil would be to this end. So I would be able to scoop it out so they don't keep burning, because the more you leave them there when you add the next batch, they're going to stick to the new ones. And you don't want that. You don't want the little black parts and they'll get all bitter. Let me check my bread. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, and it's a little more time. I'm gonna turn that off, turn that off. Okay, in the meantime, let me show you our milanesas. Let me move this out of the way. It's so good. This is a master class, I believe. Master class pan. This is a, I don't know, something cast iron. It's just a long skillet. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. There is you. Hi. And I just wanted to show you these. I like to sprinkle them, hold on, with a little bit of salt, but because I think I over salted them, I'm going to try it first. Oh my God. No, they're perfect for, adding a little salt would be good, but not right now. I don't know if you can see. Oh my God, they're so good. Okay. A little crispy. Oh my gosh, yes. Sorry. So we have our breaded milanesa. Now, another tip that I'm not using, but I want to tell you about it because I just don't have it. I gave it to my mom. When you bread something or you fry something and you want to keep it crispy, you don't typically want to use paper towels and a plate. Let me tell you why, especially if you're doing a lot of them. Because then this gets all saturated with the oil and they start getting wet. So then these start getting kind of, if they're sitting on something wet, so they lose their crispiness. You want to put them on a rack, like a cooling rack, so they can drip down onto a tray or something, but they can stay crispy and still cool. But because we're going to do this really fast and I'm not doing so many all at once, we should be good. In fact, a whole tofu would be good because I've done this. I did this the other day, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, actually. And I did the whole, regular block of tofu, and that didn't happen. But let me show you the ingredients. I am using tomato, and in here I have olive oil, Italian herbs, oregano, chili flakes, and salt, and they've been marinating in that. I'm using red onion, more oregano. I want to use roasted peppers, roasted bell peppers, but they went bad on me. So I'm using just roasted peppers on a jar. Iceberg lettuce, this is, what is this one? Vegan Earth? Sweet Earth pepperoni is pretty good. It's a little clovey for me, for just like a pizza or something, but in this sandwich, it's perfect. I have it's my queso fresco, but it's like the recipe of my queso fresco, but I did something different to make it like a fresh mozzarella. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then in here, I have olive oil, sherry wine vinegar, oregano, and Italian seasonings. And that is how we're going to make our sandwich. Now, let me move some of these things so then I can elaborate the sandwich. I'm going to get my mayo here. Let me move this out of the way. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay, hold on. Oh my goodness, look at this bread. Look at this bread. It is nice and, oh, it ripped the way I was holding it. Yikes. Okay, it's nice and crispy and delicious and amazing. And there it is. It's still kind of hold. Oh, I'm gonna break a piece. I can't help myself. So good. Okay. You have a nice layer of yumminess here. Let me bring this closer to me. Because we getting in. Oh, I don't want you to see my dirty dishes. Hold on. We ain't doing that. Okay. We are going to add a nice thick layer of mayo. Don't be afraid. This is what's gonna coat your Sammy. It's gonna give it that creaminess, if you will. And please spread it all throughout your bread. Don't leave dry parts on your bread. It's not cute. The reason I did that is because I'm dipping again into the jar, and I don't want to see little crumbs of bread in the mayo. Could you please put this away? Thank you, darling. I would typically pick this up as I'm spreading it, but because it's so hot, I'm just gonna do it like so. Do it as you wish at home, okay? I would actually wait till this cooled off just a little bit so the mayo wouldn't melt. Okay. So, now that you have your mayo on there, you're gonna grab oregano. You're gonna put it in your palm and you're gonna break it up and you're gonna rub it through your fingers. The reason why you're doing this, I don't know, here, let me try to move a little closer. Okay. I'm watching this through my laptop, so bear with me because it's a little delayed. Okay. You want to break it just like so. It's going to awaken the natural oils of the spice. And now we're going to sprinkle this straight onto the mayo. And this is Mexican oregano, but you can use Italian oregano. Just trying to keep it close to home here with the Mexican. Okay, now we're gonna grab, this is drained lettuce. Do not use wet lettuce. Use a salad spinner. There ain't nothing worse than soggy, wet lettuce. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. So there's a big old piece that's missing here because we were eating it with hummus the other day. Okay, so we have a hefty, I like a lot of lettuce on my sandwich. Okay, now we're gonna put purple onion or red onion, whatever you call it. And I like that zippity, so don't go skimpy on it. Besides, it's a big sandwich, it's a thick bread, so don't remember that. Now we're going to add our pepperoni. Oh, ever so gently. Let me, it's the light. Hold on. Can you see okay? Ever so gently. Now we are going to add, let's add our crispy babies. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Ooh, they're a little, okay, here, let's move them over. Slide over, heifer. And there's a little crispy one here for me. Mmm. So good. So good. Okay. And now we're going to grab our seasoned tomatoes and we're going to place them on here. Just like that. The bottom ones are a little extra wet, so I'm just gonna get a, ooh, child, yes. My sous chef here is drooling. Look at that. Hold on, I don't know if I have to do that. Where is it? Oh, can you see? You see, that's our chicken Milanese. Yum. That's the texture you would get. From the frozen tofu. Now I'm grabbing dollops of the fresh mozzarella ricotta mix, and I'm just placing it on here. The herbal essence, who said that? Yes, I can't see your comments because they're a little far, but I will read them and reply later after we take care of this baby. The cheese is a must, y'all, because it adds a creaminess and freshness to the sandwich. I forgot to add this on the lettuce because that's where I like to do it. I'm gonna have to do it at the end now. Now we're going to do our roasted bell peppers. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. Don't worry. I'm trying to leave some of the oil out because I don't want to add extra moisture when I don't need to, because I'm gonna do it with other stuff that has flavor. Now, I would typically season that with a little bit of salt and pepper, but because I over seasoned the Milanesas, keep that in mind. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper. I already added oregano. Now, before we close it, look at this mess. This is why you see this when you go to sandwich shops. It's a mess in there, honey. You see this? This is sherry wine vinegar with extra virgin olive oil and some herbs. What herbs did I add in here? A little bit of Italian and a little bit of oregano. And I'm just going to mix it to break up the, because water and oil don't mix, so I'm mixing it. And then I'm just going to drizzle this ever so gently, not gently. Oh, girl. Okay. I think that should be enough. And now we're going to try and close this. Try is the key word. Let me move some of the things out of the way so I can just do the big reveal here. Whose mouth are salivating? I'm salivating. I'm like, oh yes. You can use this chicken. I use it for when I do my Hawaiian Ono, like mock day. I go buy their sticky rice. I get the sauces. I make the mac sauce. What else? We get the cabbage. And we do it with that. And oh my goodness. And yes, it's straight onto the counter. But look at this. Here, let me grab that camera. I need to, before I even try to close it, let me show you what is going on. See this? This is a whole ass baby. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna close it. Any ripped, it's kind of holding on by dear life. Oh my goodness, that crunch. And typically you want it to stay attached so it doesn't fall apart. But because I wasn't very careful with this bread, because we were planning on making a sandwich again, we were gonna just tear out of it. But you guys really wanted to know how to make it. So I did. And tomorrow we're going to be making stuffed ricotta shells in a meat sauce. So if y'all want to come on tomorrow, we're going to be making that. And I have my sous chef. I'm gonna cut him a piece here. Is this too big? Okay. As you can see, this is a really big sandwich, so you could probably feed 3 to 4 people. Oh my goodness, you see this? I don't know where you can see. Okay. The bread is missing that piece right there. I forgot. There is a milanesa. There is the pepperoni right here. There's that seasoned tomato. Okay, here you go. I see you. I see you. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I dropped. Y'all, I'm so excited for this. Okay, here you go. Don't eat it just yet. Go around here. Okay, fam. Say hi to the people. Don't just start eating. He's so stoked. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have to hold your plate. Here. Let's put it here. I gotta fix the camera, y'all. Go close your bedroom door, boy. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You can kind of see it there. You said I'm doing my homework. I love it. I love it. Somebody said this was a good distraction. Okay. Look at that. I'll hold the plate. Okay. Look at that excitement. I'm here for it. Just go in. There ain't no pretty way to do it. Ooh, child. Look at those clouds of drum roll. Yes. Those clouds of goodness. Tell the people. Once you pass it through, tell the people what it tastes like. Here, let me put this down. Just lean this way.
Only 3 words. Christmas came early.
Oh! Okay. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Y'all, I'm off camera today because, you know, sometimes she ain't trying to be on camera. Look at this. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna join you. But I will say, since his mouth is full, right? And he's like not fully able to talk here, I will say this. The pepperoni adds a really good Italian, because this specific one, it is very seasoned. It's a little clovey, but with this specific sandwich, it is really, really good. The sherry vinegar with the olive oil and the seasoning cuts kind of the fattiness of the mayo and the cheese. He just kind of livens everything up. The creaminess of the ricotta, mozzarella, queso fresco vibe really creates freshness and fluffiness. Any last words before we depart here? You're about to eat the whole thing in camera. Come on now. Any words? Describe the sandwich. You're the guest here. You gotta let them know.
I will.
What they're having here. Look at that. Show me. That's okay. Leave it. Y'all see that? So good. So tell them the flavors.
This does taste like an Italian sandwich. The seasonings, the pepper, it tastes spot on. And the Milanese, Milanese, right? Mm-hmm. It has a nice crunch. So, and then the cheese, the mixture of it all is just perfect.
Now let me ask you this. Did this take you to Italy and back? Like, did you think you were in a coast somewhere, maybe in Florence, walking by a little cafe? You stopped and you said, that sandwich, I want some of that. Giorgio, make me a Sammy. And this is what you got. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Okay, fam. And with that, I leave you. I'm going to eat, and a little later I will write down everything that I use. Again, the ingredients the amounts are totally up to you. I will say, if you want to make this cheese, you can just look at the mess. Don't look, just right here, stay here. Focus here. You can make my queso fresco. You can even add some parm to it to give it a little flavor. Don't leave out the roasted bell peppers. Oh, so good. Anyway, fam, with this I leave you because this awaits me. I love you all. And I will talk to you later. If you want to cook with us, probably tomorrow we'll be making some ricotta stuffed shells. Love you. Bye.